Capricorn, I popped in to see what's good with you, Capricorn. As you come in, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Share this video with someone that you love. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, check out my website, Shop My Sacred Store. You'll find other smaller offerings, reading offerings there as well. Different options. Um, yeah, let's just pray. Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guides, spirit animals, soul sky, universe, please allow me to tap in with my Capricorns. Wherever they have Capricorn in their chart, if this reading is for them, may it find them, spirit. Please protect this space from any negative energies and only allow energies of love and light to enter. Ashe, thank you, spirit. This reading is what's really going on with you. What's going on with you reading? I have used the Twin Tower, which has two of every of the major arcana in it, and I have pulled for your lower self, your higher self, your inner child, your inner divine masculine, your inner divine feminine. At the bottom of the deck is the overall message of what your soul wants you to know. Okay, 1:11 on the clock. So there's some messages that I was getting for you as I was getting in here. Certain things that you're struggling at this time. One, wanting to present yourself to be healthier than you actually are. Okay, there may be some health issues that may not necessarily be on the surface, or it's easier for you to get away with not looking like what you're going through. But I feel like needing to deal with them, needing to address them in a way that you haven't been. I feel like instead of wanting to look as, look stronger than you are, healthier than you are, you can absolutely claim that for yourself, but be transparent about whatever it is that you're going through. Let other people know what you're going through. Okay, give yourself some grace. Allow others to give you some grace. But anyway, we're going to start off with your lower self. We have the High Priestess out here with the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, for some of you, you could be at odds with water energy. Scorpio, Pisces. You may not be getting along so well with a Scorpio or Pisces. Heavy on the Piscean energy. Not feeling them. Some of you may have Scorpio in your chart. It's hilarious. Some of you are like, the Scorpio is the bane of my existence, or this Pisces is, or this is how they feel about you. But 2, 3, 4 on the clock. I feel like if that's how you're feeling, needing to move on, from that perspective, needing to progress out of that perspective, that may be how you felt at one point in time. That is not how you have to feel moving forward. I also really feel like being super depressed, being very much in your feelings, when you're alone in your head and your thoughts, you can't run from yourself. I feel like demonizing somebody for their intuition, and then suffering a great loss when you deny whatever is revealed. Okay, you deny wherever you're called to action, where you're called to dig deeper in some way. And as you come in, please hit the like button. Okay, share this video with someone who needs it, please, and thank you. I feel like there being certain truth that was revealed that you did not want to admit. Okay, someone really does call you out. It's really hard to deal with someone who's really, tapped in, doesn't hold their tongue, says what they see, says what they feel, listens to their soul, challenges you to do the same. Your lower self, a lot of this energy is, at times, even if this is you, I can't stand this about myself. I get frustrated about this about myself because of how it leaves you at odds with people. It kind of leaves you depressed, kind of leaves you alone sometimes. Some of you, man, again, it's funny because this is like the continuation of the short message that I gave on IG for Capricorn. And I feel like loving somebody for the way that they could see how they could see you, but they keep it too real. Some of you are bitter because you lost a Pisces, or you lost a High Priestess, okay, that you felt like you had in your back pocket, you had, at your disposal. I also feel like, someone's whereabouts being hidden from you, and it fucking angering you, making you a bit depressed. Even feel a bit defeated at times. 444 on the clock, because of all that you have to take on, all that you have to do. There is your lower self out here is angry at somebody. I'll get back to that, because your soul is like, yo, cut it out, Capricorn. Devil out here in reverse with the Judgment out here. Okay, And then Three of Cups, you know you want to reconcile with this person. Who? Can't make this up. Who? The High Priestess. Okay? Right, love is in reverse, but the Ace of Cups is out here with a Tower moment. So I just feel like trying to convince yourself that you don't love somebody, you don't want to reconcile with them, you don't want to know what's going on with them. That not being the case at all, actually. Okay, being very hurt by this loss, there being a lot of emotions you refuse to process. Okay, a lot of feeling entitled to somebody specifically that you don't even want, or you want to reject, or you feel like it treated you poorly at that, or should have fought harder for you. It's a lot coming through with that. Right, I feel like it's so much for you to internalize. I feel like I'm on the inside, your thoughts, your feelings, and it's like, process this, unpack this, work through this. Don't just keep repeating this over again in your head, and then it makes you sad, and then you find ways to escape or to distract yourself, get back to something else you gotta do. Higher self out here with the star card. But this star card is with the purple bottle, the purple bottom. Like some of these cards have a white bottom, some of them have a purple bottom. This is the Twin Tarot, so there's two of every card. There's two star cards. This is the one that I would associate with being inverted, okay, or reversed, right? Showing up as the unhealed version. This is in your higher self. I feel like your higher self being very aware that you have not been healing, okay? Haven't been healing, haven't been in an environment where you can. For a lot of you, you have gotten really far away from your rituals. Okay, Three of Cups out here, Star card out here, Magician in reverse. It's really giving me there being some disconnect when it comes to your rituals, whatever that looks like to you. Someone hasn't gotten in a bath with intention in a really long time. Someone is long overdue for a spiritual bath. Someone's relationship to water or taking baths or the way that they bathe could have changed since having some sort of surgery, some sort of injury. It could be a back injury. It could be a leg injury. Okay, your higher self. I just feel like your higher self being aware that you limit yourself somehow. You limit yourself from doing things that you used to do because there's a mental block. You kind of tell yourself, I'm gonna hurt myself if I do this, or I'll pay for this later. Whatever this is, a lot of it feels like this. Knowing that you have to break that, you have to break past that fear. This is like when you hurt your leg, and you begin to walk on it again. You have to trust yourself. It's hard to trust that you could walk on it without it giving out again. Practice makes perfect. It doesn't have to be that, but this is an example. Okay, the higher self, I also feel like just craving peace, but I also really feel like finding yourself really alone and at peace in your solitude, because of I feel like every time someone calls you to speak the truth, wants to talk to you about something. It could be a Libra, but not necessarily. Every time within connections, within relationships, every time someone comes to talk to you about something that you feel like overwhelms you or you're not ready to take on, okay, is a bad habit or an unpleasant truth that you're not ready to face, you withdraw. That Aquarian energy coming through. You emotionally disconnect, you withdraw, you ghost them. It's funny how Virgo's not out here, but Virgo's out here. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo. You got Virgo in your chart, but you could be dealing with a Virgo. Some of you, if you're dealing with a Virgo, or your partner got Virgo in their chart, it's something about someone that's taught you how to be alone. Okay? It could be by the way that they don't show up for you, but I also feel like you've had a lot of time to think in your solitude. Some of you, while you're on your knees, while you're cleaning, I don't know what this is. I see somebody scrubbing, somebody cleaning, and so much clarity comes through for them. So many downloads come through for them. A lot of hard truths that you've kept it real with yourself about. Not so ready to say it out loud just yet. And there may be some people that absolutely need to hear it. You may absolutely need to say it. Okay? But again, your higher self, challenging, struggling, with doing the right thing, with healing, with taking the healing approach, with realizing that you're coming from a really wounded space when you address something. I feel like someone does not let up. They point it out. They point it out. They're your mirror in some way, you know? They point out whatever you're struggling with. They point out whatever you can't take accountability with. You have an opportunity to do so. You only hurt yourself. The lowest self out here with this high priestess and this 5 of cups out here in reverse just feel like you only hurt yourself when you deny. When you deny your behavior, what? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't say anything. I didn't, knowing you said something fucked up, or knowing you said something under your breath, or knowing you did something passive aggressive, or knowing you did something petty and straight denying it. Why? If you're gonna do it, let's keep it 100. Let's put it on the table. Yeah, I did this and I did it because I felt this way. Was it the healthiest? No. But this is my reasoning. Now we can get somewhere. Now we can start talking. Now we can have a real conversation. Now we can relate to one another. I understand that, but in that, it'd be great if you had that awareness to be able to communicate this with me. If somebody talking to you this way, I'm not moved by whatever emotions you express to me. I don't care how ugly it is. Can we keep it real, Capricorn? I don't know how or why this Halls wrapper was on my shoulder. I guess it's been there the whole time. I did just eat a Halls, but I don't know how the hell it ended up on my shoulder. Okay. Crazy. Anyway, the inner child out here also want to just make a disclaimer: as within, so without. So for a lot of you, dealing with this within, but at the same time, this happening in certain connections within your life. Okay, so when I tap into the inner child, for some of you, you're also dealing with this with the children in your life. Okay, the Hierophant out here in reverse with the 3 of Wands is so interesting, because the download that I was getting is someone genuinely doesn't want to follow by the rules. They don't want to follow in their parents' footsteps. They don't want to follow their parents' traditions. Okay, I see someone being raised on very strict traditions or beliefs, or this is just what we do every holiday, or this is what we do every Sunday, or this is what we do in our family. This is how we do things, and having no choice but to, because this is how we do things, but very, very much taking a stance within. This ain't how I'm going to be doing things in my life. Rebelling in some way. I feel like, and not only going so, like, I'm refusing to conform. I may have went with the flow long enough, but I'm getting bigger now, so I'm going to be becoming a teenager even, okay? Or someone is of age now, you can't fucking control them. But I also really feel like the inner child being disconnected from a higher power, okay? The inner child not having a real good relationship with God, the children not having the best relationship with God, or you don't approve of the children's relationship with God. I feel like the children got a beautiful relationship with God. What are we talking about? Oof. Babies are the purest. They got the best relationship with God. What are we talking about? I wouldn't even care if you are an adult and your child is an adult, or a teenager. I feel like disapproving somehow, okay? Or you're still internalizing this. For some of you, as a child, disapproving of your parents' spiritual beliefs, parents' spiritual practices. For some of you, there's a Capricorn masculine who did not approve or wants to deny his mother's spiritual practices. Like, he has a lot of knowledge, a lot of spiritual knowledge, okay? A lot of knowledge of the occult. He done been in the Botanica a time or two. He done been there since a child. He done been around certain shit since a child, but, he acts like he's unaware, or he's demonized this for some of you specifically because of demonizing certain practices, specifically, or demonizing the church even, wanting no parts with certain things, or no parts with, tarot. For some of you, like somebody, it's like this. Okay, I don't want no part. My mother's into that. My father's into that. I don't want no parts of that, specifically because they don't have the best relationship with the parent or with the kid. I don't have the best relationship with my parents, so I'm not gonna follow their beliefs at all. Or I don't understand my kid, and I don't understand their beliefs, so I'm just gonna write them off, demonize them. For some of you, the kid is the parent, is your parent reincarnated. The kid is the grandparent reincarnated. The grandchild is the grandparent reincarnated, or the grandchild directly works with the grandparent who has passed. The grandmother was a bruja. The father is not, her son is not, but his daughter is. Okay? Or reversed, however that plays out. That was just an example. Mm. Catching a lot of flack for this. The inner child rebelling or having questions since very young and daring not ask. Some of you are resentful because your children did nothing but ask as soon as they were able to. Or they're resentful of you. You're the child who did nothing but ask, question things. Okay? Whether this is you or your child, can't be shut up with empty threats. I question this if I want to. I ain't gonna go to hell for questioning this. I'll take my chances. Love to see it. The inner child or the children, whoever this is in this equation, is extremely powerful. Okay? Or they're destined to be. But I also really feel like it being important, I feel like with that inner child, it's like being young, being in school, okay? Learning for yourself, having to undo everything that I've ever been taught and learn for myself. Someone's been really stunted. I know I don't identify with that, but I haven't really picked up a spiritual path for myself. Very, very, very young, spiritually in some way. Do with that what you will. The inner divine masculine out here, okay, again, as within, so without, so this could also be a reflection of what, my Capricorn men are doing, or my Capricorn, whatever men my Capricorn women are dealing with, okay? Do with this what you will. It could be for those of you who identify as more masculine or more have been showing up more in your masculine nature than your feminine nature. This may resonate for you, but we all have masculine and feminine energy inside, right? So, the Magician out here in reverse with the Two of Pentacles. It really feels like not having your priorities in check, divine masculine. Not having your priorities in order, not it's giving, put some fucking pep in your step. I feel like someone's spending their money on the wrong things. Okay, not being active where you're called. I feel like not lending a hand where you're called. Getting where you fit in, divine masculine. Take certain things off your plate so you can be available for what is most important. Someone's trying to do too much. Someone's juggling and can't. Okay? Someone literally gets stuck even beginning, certain tasks. A lot of ADHD coming through for me. Getting stuck, starting certain tasks, feeling overwhelmed. If I let myself start thinking about all the things that I'll have to do once I start this, once I complete this, but all the steps that it'll take for me to actually complete this, actually start this, I'll just get overwhelmed and not do anything with it. But you are being called to action. You are needed at this time. Okay? It's also giving not bringing much to the table. Ooh. Okay? I feel like feminine energy out here fucking juggling. She is juggling. And it's like, bro, you're not bringing much to the table. Some of you, all he's been doing is cooking, or the majority of what he does around the house is cook or clean, or you could at least cook. When do you cook a meal? Or he's the one always cooking. When do you cook a meal? There's something about this. He's at the table, he's serving people, or he needs to be one extreme or the other. But it's also giving, what do you bring to the table? He keeps coming empty-handed because he doesn't manage his money properly. I literally feel like there's something about needing to take one of these tasks off divine feminine's plate. Real inactive, and not only that, manipulative as shit. Okay? I feel like manipulative as shit and throwing certain curveballs. No matter what you throw at her, she catches it. No matter what extra shit. I just feel like whatever it is, like, it's giving me curveballs for confusion. I know you calling me out about this, but what about that? Hold that. Okay, she catches that and goes back to what she was talking about. She redirects that shit. You can't manipulate her. You can't outsmart her. Okay? I feel like she's constantly deciding whether or not she wants to go high, whether or not she wants to go low. It's giving full range being. We'll go both. We'll go there if needed. Also, I feel like even with the way that I turned off the comments, I ain't want nobody saying nothing to me. It really is giving you want to be able to say your piece. You don't want no one to say nothing to you. You say you want to be able to say what you got to say and walk away. The funny thing is, some of you don't realize that you're dealing with a Capricorn. Some of you are like a Capricorn sun or a Capricorn moon or a Capricorn rising. Okay, and you're fucking dealing with a Capricorn stellium and don't know it. You're dealing with somebody with multiple planets in fucking Capricorn and you don't know it. Okay, or this is you with the stellium and they don't know it. They think they're the Capricorn. He thinks he's the Capricorn. She's the Capricorn. She got multiple placements in Capricorn. Think it's you. You think you got big cap energy? She got big cap energy. That's coming through. Because I go in the divine feminine energy. You know, and it's bothering me. I feel like so much being on her plate and divine masculine energy being so inactive. And not only that, low-key, high-key, intentionally frustrating her with all of the distractions. Okay? A lot of energy of like wasted and trying to make divine feminine feel like whatever she's saying she's experiencing, she's not experiencing. Whatever's happening isn't happening. A lot of gaslighting, right? And a lot of his energy goes into this, where he's just exhausted as she is afterwards. But because of this, so much being on her plate, her energy feels more like the dominant of the two, okay? And then the way that I feel like she's being exhausted by divine masculine, I feel like not having the capacity for the children at all. Brings me back to what I was talking about when it comes to the inner child. And because of the relationship between the parent and the child, I also really feel like someone who's absolutely disconnected from their Capricorn. The Capricorn is disconnected from a Leo for some of you. Leo's loud. Okay, but some of you who's the Capricorn disconnected from their parent for whatever reason, or their child for whatever reason. The next generation is having the same fucking problem. I thought I put a stop to this, or I thought I was gonna break this. You're having the same problem. You're being under so much stress. You being in survival mode has you be actually quite mean. Okay, actually quite negligent, actually quite dismissive, unemotionally unavailable for certain people that you really love. Okay, especially the children, leading to develop a better relationship with the inner child. But I said Leo. The sun card is here. Duh, that's why I felt Leo. I keep saying children because I'm thinking about the children as I see the children, but also this is the sun card. Duh, Leo is the children. Children, family. Okay? Okay, that inner child. Big Leo energy coming through, and I just feel like being super. It could be also Leo season, being the divine feminine, being super frustrated, angry. Okay, really harsh. Okay, or wanting to call you out. She even gets super defensive over the children. A lot of energy she don't play about her kids. Will cut you off completely, chop you down, give you a fucking word, check you. Okay, but have you want to cut you off, block you about her children. Okay, you didn't like somebody. For some of you, something about this. You don't think divine feminine is a good mother. Some of you want to take her children away from her. Want to get in between. There's some sort of betrayal there with her and her children. She ain't going for it. Okay, for some of you, she betrays. She abandons. She leaves the father with the children. She don't show up. Where are you? Come get your kids. You're not taking care of your kids. What the fuck is this? 24:42 on the clock. How you show to the world, reflected back to you by the universe. For some of you, the Capricorn masculine fucking blames. Could be that Pisces he was talking about, but not necessarily. Could be Cancer, Scorpio, water energies coming through, but not necessarily. But the Pisces blames. I mean, say what I said, right? But it's something about he blames the mother, or he blames the water sign. He blames the mother for how the child turns out, or for being a bad mom, abandoning. Yo, what the fuck? I feel like she's really harsh even when she speaks to the children, to the inner child. Okay? Not having the capacity for the children, talking to them really harshly, but also if they're witnessing, especially if they're boys, if they're witnessing divine masculine give her such a hard time, they give her a shit ton of pushback, and I don't feel like that's being acknowledged. Like she talks really rough, or feels that she has to be that way. Meanwhile, no, she doesn't. I feel like just trying to survive. So obviously there's work here, things to be worked on. This has to be healed, has to be looked at. But I also feel like having to be a bit more aggressive. 25:52 on the clock. How you show up to the world, be reflected back to you by the universe, because the boys are seeing divine masculine, or the masculine give her such a fucking hard time. Okay. They see you not respecting me. They see you arguing with me, so they be ready to argue with me. They see me have to ask you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and the shit don't get done. So I gotta ask them 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they see that after a few times, I'm just gonna scream and yell, and then they'll get up and do it. Well, that's what you do. Now I have the same dynamic with them. That energy coming through. That needs to get looked at, and divine feminine can't be waiting for the masculine to get in line and do what he has to do in order to check that about herself, or to regulate herself and not show up that way. Okay? Again, this could be just with the inner child, where he gives you a hard time and you get really angry or really harsh with the inner child. Some of you get really angry, like toughen the fuck up. Why do you still want them? Why do you get affected by them? Like when the partner or your parent triggers your inner child, like getting angry at your inner child instead of giving your inner child the compassion that it needs, the love that it needs you to be gentle. Why did you love this person? Why did you let this person in? Why did you let them hurt you? People are always gonna hurt you. Or like I hear getting angry at yourself. That is not what you need. Okay. Again, that overall message at the bottom of the deck, and I started shuffling already again, but the Judgment card was out here, and the Devil card was in reverse, and I feel like you need to look at your ugly little secrets, your skeletons in the closet, your bad habits, the things that you don't want to identify with. Embrace them, because I feel like you're in a space where, yeah, or you're dealing with somebody where, yeah, they'll get called out. If they got to get called out, we're going to work through this shit, but I still love you. I ain't judging you, you ain't too ugly to me, Capricorn. But keep it 100. Don't bullshit me, Capricorn, or it can get fucking ugly, Capricorn. Those vibes. Those vibes. Keep it real with yourself. I only want to keep it real with myself. I only keep it real with myself. I only keep it real with you. So, if we're going to keep it this authentic, we got to be able to talk about this without you fucking, deflecting, without you gaslighting, without you trying to manipulate me or trick me, okay, in some way, or argue with me, or get me off course. I know what you're doing. Again, someone could see right through you, and I feel a lot of energy. This is why I don't want to talk to you. Some of you want to be like, all right, I'll deal with it, or all right, I'm sorry, and then that just be that, and there'll be no real apology or acknowledgement or change behavior. Someone's not going, and you know what? That's love, because how you're approaching it is in fact not healing. Here's the other star card. There was 2 of them. Here's the other one, right? But even this one is popping out inverted, which just uh uh what's the word? Clarifies that for me, confirms that for me. Anyway, I love you. I'm gonna leave it there. Everything that's know about me is in the description box below. Okay? You can sit with yourself, trust your intuition, man. Keep it real with yourself. And it came back again, star card out here. This shit all dried up. So it's also giving me like, get in touch with your emotions. It's okay. Keep it real. Don't lie. Don't think someone can't see you. It feels good to be seen if you allow it to feel good to be seen. I love you.